I'm the Thrifty Flamingo, and I'm also a crafty flamingo. In this video, I'm going to show how I made this little pumpkin inspired by Yayoi Kusama. I saw an exhibit, Cosmic Nature, recently on a trip to New York in the New York Botanical Gardens of Yayoi Kusama's big sculptures. She's a contemporary Japanese artist whose motifs include a lot of polka dots. One of her favorite subjects is pumpkins, and so I was inspired to make a pumpkin and paint it with polka dots. I loosely followed a tutorial from my Froggy Stuff on making a sock pumpkin. So I started with an old sock that I had, cut a little section of the sock, gathered it with needle and thread, stuffed it with some polyfill, and closed up with the other side. Then using the needle and thread, I also made the ridges of the pumpkin. It was actually really cute, just like that, but didn't fit my Yayoi Kusama vision. So I ideally would have used Mod Podge for this project, but at the moment I didn't have any. So I used this brush on really thick gloss that I had from, I don't know, a project a long time ago. It was really, really thick and difficult to work with. If I did this again, I might use Mod Podge, although I don't know, this thick stuff was good too in the end. I think I did 2 or 3 coats of it to fill in all the nooks and crannies of the cotton, or not cotton, of the sock fabric, and allowed them all to dry. Is prepped. It's got a smooth, not as porous surface, and so it's ready for paint. By this time I had gotten some Mod Podge, so I got my paint colors, my Mod Podge for a top coat once the painting would be done. 3 coats of this yellow-orange color, but really wasn't getting the coverage that I wanted. You could still see too much color and texture show through. So at some point, I found some gesso that I had for my bigger pumpkin project, which you'll see at the end. And so I did a coat of that, followed by, I think, 2 coats of the paint, and I got much better coverage that way. Finally, my pumpkin was all painted and ready for polka dots. I took some dotting tools that I got on Amazon, and for this one I just did a larger dot pattern through the center of the pumpkin going horizontally, and then above and below I did like a gradation sort of smaller dots. But I can imagine, and I probably will, make many more with different dot patterns. The dots dried pretty quickly, so the last painting step was to paint the stem of the pumpkin, which was just like a weird little bit of sock left over. I just painted that black. And I actually, looking back, I really like the matte finish of that pumpkin, but I was inspired by a mirror room and by glossy finishes on Kusama's pumpkins. So I did put a top coat of Mod Podge to help seal it and give it a glossy finish. I hope you enjoyed seeing my little tiny Kusama inspired pumpkin. There's some bigger ones that I made for my living room out of some fabric pumpkins I already had. If you want to see more doll crafts, let me know.